Hello, this is Gideon Masako again. Hey, yo. Let me give you a background story again about myself. We'll be going through many things. We'll be talking about so many things. We'll be giving diverse stories about myself, the things that I've seen over a period of years. Things that, of course, some are encouraging, others are discouraging from my career, my education background. Let's go to drug abuse and alcoholism. I'll take you through so many things about myself. But today, professionally, I'm an interior designer. Interior designer from Maseno University. Then, before I started practicing, there was a time I was a tutor at one of the colleges at Thika. I went there towards Corona. In fact, I taught for, I think, 2 to 3 months. Then the Corona began. The students there to break for Corona, because of Corona. And I enjoyed teaching because I had a lot of knowledge. I used to learn every day. In fact, being a teacher is just a calling. Either being a lecturer, a tutor, a high school teacher, primary teacher, any level any level that you deliver knowledge to students or to the future generation, it's a calling. So I used to teach interior design, but the setup wasn't good. But I think now the calling is coming back again, and I can still continue teaching some of the things that you need to know. I know there is someone there watching me right now who wants to learn some things in interior design. And interior design is very comprehensive. Interior design is very sweet. Interior design is a good career. It is where you can start building something for yourself, a living. It's a good course. And if you get to understand everything and how everything goes around with it, and you also get to you can employ yourself. Also, you can understand things to do with a little part of business management. You can employ yourself. And on that note, always don't fail to click on that subscription. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'll be live. I'll be posting all this in all my platforms as Gideon Masaku. That is from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I need to start educating people, but we will need to talk about so many things, about street life, how street life, how you can make, how you need to understand so many things, because this life is not about, it's very diverse. You need to have a lot of knowledge with so many things. Right? So for me now, today I want just to teach you about a little bit of introduction into design and what is basically interior design. And to tell you, interior design is a multifaceted discipline that it revolves around creating functional spaces, aesthetically pleasing, and purposeful spaces. You give them a functionality. If this is an office, these are bedroom, what age. So you need to look at different factors. So that is one. That is the major definition, right? Where you need to, it's multifaceted. Let me use that word again. Or it's a multidiscipline, whereby you need to employ different factors that will bring in a certain outcome for a space. So with that, interior designers meticulously plan and conceptualize spaces, considering aspects like ergonomics. Ergonomics, you know what is exactly ergonomics? Ergonomics is a science whereby, in fact, let's say, whenever you see some of the dimensions, maybe you can see a handrail is at this height. You can see a seat like this one I'm seated on. It has some dimensions. those dimensions, there's a book that talks about ergonomics, which will come later when I'll come to define ergonomics, and you can understand about what is ergonomics later. But it's about ergonomics, spatial flow, that is the traffic, and the effective utilization of the spaces that are available. Right? Are we together? So it's all about ergonomics, spatial flow, that is the traffic within a certain space. How can you move within a mall? How will you move within in an hospital? How do you move within your bedroom, your house, your residential house? So that flow within, from sitting room to kitchen, from kitchen to this, even within the kitchen itself, how can I move from the sink area to the storage area to the cooking area? That is the spatial flow. That is smooth flow in a space. And then the functionality, it has to suit the function of that space. It is through the designers, interior designers, that we give a space a function. Depending on this is an office, depending on how it is designed. This office has how many occupants? Then these occupants, they have different departments. How can we make them flow? How do we make the customers flawlessly from the reception to the maybe how do we call them, a customer care? Then from a customer, maybe you want a special let's say maybe in a bank. How can you go through that? How can you easily move through different offices seeking for different services, and you find that you are not confused? Right? So we have to look at the service that you're offering, your brand, how you want that space to come out. Can it talk to the clients by itself, the space, not the people? The space, can it talk? Because that's why I'm telling you, we transition through a road. We have to brand, we have to make office communicate, we have to fit the design with even the color choices, the color schemes within our design, so that whenever you get into this office, you can say, from there I'm looking at this, these guys are communicating to me. Right? So that's all about interior design. It's a lot. That's why most of the people, I usually wonder why most of the people think that and in fact, maybe like these people whom we work together, all of us, we belong to the built environment. And we have several other professionals there. We have architects, we have engineers, we have quantitative surveyors, we have project managers. We have so many people. They're contractors, but they think that they hold everything. That even whenever they do not even include us in the preliminary or planning of things. You find a house has been designed, but whenever now you are called to come and do the finishings of the interior and give that a livelihood in that house, it's like it's dead. There are things that they cannot work, but unless you start putting force walls, some of the things. So let's consider one another on that spot. With that, there are advantages, of course, and there are advantages of being an interior designer. There are advantages, of course, and disadvantages of interior design. They are there, but some of the advantages I can tell you is that advantages of interior design, when you apply interior design maybe into a project as a client, you understand? So not advantages as a designer, as an interior designer, but advantages of interior design. What does it do to your project, or to let's say to your project, because we deal with projects, of course, either residential or commercial. What does it do? Number one, it enhances aesthetics, beauty. Understand? Because we transform these spaces, they become appealing and functional. So whenever you engage an interior designer to your to your work. Whenever you engage a designer to your work, the way you transform those spaces, they give two things: functionality and aesthetics. Then you also imply ergonomics. You also apply ergonomics. So aesthetics, it enhances aesthetics. Number two, personalization. So we usually give as designers tailor-made solutions that suit your personal space. You want your space to have some vintage, some African touch. You want it to have some modern design, contemporary design. You want to engage some sort of these holiday designs of iconic edges, iconic designs of Scandinavian period. You want to come to the Roman design. So you want to engage some disciplines, some several disciplines, or some you want to combine some different designs, contemporary and vintage, or the Scandinavian, or you combine it with the African touch, those things. So it gives we can do that whatever we call personalization. So we can give you a tailored design that is customized for your space, so you can feel that personal touch in your own space. Like you may maybe for instance, you might be much exposed than the others in the family. Then you build a house, and your bedroom wants it to look different from the others. When you moved from the sitting room, living room, and you go to your bedroom, you feel totally different. That's a tailored design for your bedroom. Whenever you are sleeping, you want to feel different from the way you are feeling when you are in the family room and when you are in the living room. That's not tailored design. Then we have increased property. Sorry, guys. Increased property value. That means what? That means when you let's look at like the real estates. When you engage attached, and those guys, they have never understood this. The guys from the real estate market, they just know how to do the simple lightings and this. Then they go and purchase, they procure those things and put there, and now the house is complete. But through interior designers, if you cooperate interior design by engaging a professional interior designer into your real estate company, that you can say, I'll be consulting these guys at this level so that I can do this kind of finishings to my to my houses. They will be iconic. Number one, you can bring something new that it is not even the other farms are not doing. You can create that in niche there. So you can find your properties. They are a little bit expensive, but they are so unique, because whenever a client comes there, he can feel the touch. He or she can feel the touch. Something is different from whatever the other place that I've gone to look for a property. So that's something that I'm talking about. So it increases property value. That's number 3. And number 4, it improves functionality of the spaces. Of course, that's the fundamental thing of interior design, giving functionality and aesthetics. Fundamentally, that is the basic. So there are also disadvantages. They are there. It is costly. Of course, it is costly. Our services are they are costly. It's also time consuming, because whenever you're talking about something that is tailor-made, customer design can take time, from planning, sourcing materials, all that time, but it is worth it. Every service is costly. Even look at the other professionals. Look at the cost of consultation for in hospitals. Look at whenever you are dealing with the lawyers. Look, the cost is there, but whenever you can feel the value of your money, never say that you spend a lot, because you are feeling the value of your money that you put into that thing. So you can feel it. So also it's time consuming. Then whenever you talk about the client expectations, there are clients whom they expect heaven, and it can be challenging sometimes. We will agree. Customizing things to meet someone's dream, it is not a joke. Especially those tailor-made designs. You can go up to Dubai to go and bring something, or you up to India to go and look for that thing, or you have to go up to the coastal region to look for those things that are very unique. And the client is not looking for the money. Doesn't matter how time consuming it is, but there is a thing that is you want to give. Let's say a restaurant or an hotel, and it want to bring a taste that is very different. That's something that you saw somewhere in Singapore. The client is very exposed. He saw something in Malaysia. He saw something in Brazil, somewhere. He went to one of these old cities and he saw something. Now he wants to bring that thing locally here. It will take you a lot. Even you'll go and find those people who they can do those sculptures and so many things. So of course, that thing, it's not a joke. Meetings, you might fail, but you have to give the best out of yourself. Always, I usually say that. And the other thing is market competition. Ego, it is there, especially in our industry, because we are not certifying ourselves. Like the way engineers and most of the other people, they are doing it. They have those professional certificates, and there is a fee that they pay. But I think it's the highest time now we start even also controlling this interest, because even the fundi anafunga kabati sikubile na kwenda design, even the others, they are taking over. Even everybody just looking at you and wants to take you out of the business. How? Even you can introduce a person to the client to give just a certain piece of work that you call him to, because we also work with subcontractors. We are the main contractor on a certain when it comes to interior finishes, because we understand all the disciplines. It's like the engineer and the quantitative surveyor, they will understand most of the things there, but they'll call for the fundis, they'll call for this plumbers and this guy electricals, that way. The same thing we do on our side. We understand flooring. We know the best floor from the designs. We understand the kind of ceiling we want. We understand the kind of cabinetry work we want. We understand about the lighting that you need to introduce from the one that was existing. We need to understand the plumbing if there are some changes. We want to understand about we understand about the electrical work, the floors, and the things that we need the kind of things that you need to introduce for the electrical work to work smoothly. We understand about the local boards. We understand about those 3D logos and the films, about partitions, aluminum partitions. We understand about gypsum partitions and all those things. So we have to incorporate fundis in this work so that you can get the final outcome. But these guys, they can just come with that, and then now they talk to the client directly and they take you that work. And then now and when the things are being messed up, now the client, it is now when the client calls you and starts saying, oh, I don't know, oh, I don't know, oh, I don't know, oh, I don't know. So those things. So you guys, today I've just looked at the definition and the advantages and disadvantages of interior design, which will of course we are looking at, right now I'm teaching you to understand so many things, and I might talk too fast to make the video shorter, but you can take always notes. But I'll teach you so many things. This is the first the second episode that I introduced the other one yesterday to understand about several things. and about interior design skills, the technical skills and the business skills. If you incorporate them together, you'll be the one-stop shop. But if you know that you have the technical skills and you do not have the business skill, you can look for someone who has the business skills. You work together, you grow yourselves. So for today, thank you guys, and thank you again. And I'll be here as Gideon Masaku to teach about interior design and talk about other things that are even more educative, because nataka tubanje story tofauti sana kila siku. Tukisoma tunabanja pia. Sasa asanteni.